Hey guys, this is May, and in this short video, I want to talk a few minutes about the full moon that we are currently experiencing, the December moon, the cold moon. As we know, we are in the Saturn's underworld, the fall of the sun currently, and when we look at language, I find it interesting, a couple of words that I just want you to think about for a moment. The first one being hormones. Now, we all have hormones, obviously, men too. It's an interesting word, hormones, hormoon. It's related to the moon. And I find it quite interesting how much the moon, especially the full moon, is connected to the female. And hormone levels are altered, I believe, in all humans. We all feel it, but it's also an electrical system that is affected. And I wonder if you guys are feeling these hormones, hormones. If you notice when the moon is full, if you feel heavier, like you feel maybe more bloated, you feel maybe irritable, sometimes you feel high energy in the days leading up to the moon, the full moon. It's interesting that we are electrical beings and that we're directly connected to the moon. And I said in another video once about Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. And I'll reiterate that in that it came to me one day that dark side of the moon is actually the dark side. What meaning literally the dark side, not the side physically that we don't see, but it's the dark aspect of the moon. So when it's full, as you know, there's more crashes, there's more births, periods induced start, and it's just people are more angry, lunacy, right? So I believe that it's electromagnetic frequency. It's somehow like in the series, there was a series called The Prisoner, and it's a fantastic. If you've never seen it, it was originally made in the 60s. Really good looking guy, British guy, was the central character. And you should look it up. It's on YouTube. And then there's a remake of it from, I believe it was the early 2000s. And in The Prisoner, the moon is chasing him, a big white ball. And in their control center, you can see that it appears to be, it's like a zodiac circle, which it always is. Hollywood, it's always giving us the truth drops, right? Even way back when. And so it's a circle, and it appears to be a type of lunar connection to our plane of existence, and that makes a lot of sense. And I feel like when it's in its full form, like right now, literally right now, tomorrow, or is it tonight, it's going to be at its apex, at its zenith. It's going to be completely full. Another thing is insomnia, and the word moon is in insomnia, right? Okay, we got hormones, we've got insomnia, we've got the free energy that is somehow connected with the moon in the monuments and the monoliths that we don't fully understand. A lot of them considered Tartarian monoliths, monuments. We've got the monetary system, which is affected by the moon. Especially think about when the moon's in Taurus and the bull market, and if you know anything about the zodiac, it that's when it is a good time to invest. So the moon, monetary, right? So I just want to look at a few of these words for a moment, and as I feel this electric moon, the killing moon, as the Echo and the Bunnymen would say. And I think there's a lot of truth to that, as I do think it's a recycling center, in my opinion, recycles souls in the solar system. And if you know solar, uh, sol is sun, right? SOL, solar. But it's really also, it could be the same, SOULAR. And the U is silent. Silent letters are fascinating to me because they have a hidden meaning. And you are the you in the solar system, right? Because we have a direct connection to the soul, the sun, and the moon, of course. And the moon is in the solar system, which is not, as we're told, but we know, and it's much closer, by the way. It's much closer. It's ridiculous. The whatever distance they have it at now is absolutely absurd. Go out and look at it tonight. It's hanging right over your head. I mean, and we're directly connected to it. And I wonder if you feel the electricity. Yesterday, I walked by this battery operated can. It's really pretty, uh, sort of snow globe thing that I have. And I walked by it and it just lit up, even though the batteries were dead. I was like, "Yep, that makes sense." So that's the thing, is that we're electric, and we can recognize in language like hormones, harmony. The word harmony is interesting, as I know that uh, music and the tunes, the tunes in music and sound frequency, that is connected to the moon. It's connected to the entire zodiac and the stars as well. But the moon is a central figure. And from what I can tell, this system that we are in could not be upheld without the moon. We wouldn't have the negative forces. Now, I know that she is considered feminine, the moon is considered feminine. I just find it interesting how, I'm just wondering how you guys feel. You can feel the heaviness. I don't feel great in the full moon. I can feel enlightened. I get a lot of downloads, a lot of messages during the full moon. Sleep is sporadic, which it's not usually. So there's an indicator, right? So I wonder if you guys feel this similarly, and that goes for men too, because men do have hormones. Men have them as well. So it's just endocrine systems, the endocrine, endocrine, however you pronounce it. I mean, and we're walking electrical beings, and the air that we breathe is essentially electrical. So we're breathing electricity. So we are activated. Think about it this way, too. Think about it this way. We're like batteries, we're like computers, and if you plug in excuse me, I'm sorry, if your computer or your phone falls asleep, right, it goes to sleep, it dies, you plug it in, you recharge it, right? So I actually think it's our charging station. In other words, if you had like a lot of spiritualists will tell you, and you can read this even in ancient texts, and I experience this myself with an OBE, a silver cord that we don't see, right? And our invisible self that we also don't see, our body energy, our aura, if you will. If that is connected to the moon, then we are actively being charged at the moment. And then it makes sense, the insomnia. It makes sense, the flared hormones, right? So, and that's for any age, not just pubescent teens. It's any age. I don't care who you are. Because the hormones are activated with electrons and electricity, etc. So we are currently being filled up. We're plugged in, getting recharged. And I actually think, and I have friends and family members, before I say this, that would can evaluate my lunacy here. But I do think that souls recycle with the moon, and I think that it's what keeps us alive in a way. It connects the consciousness, the heartbeat, keeps the electrical system alive. Even though you die, if it's a reset sort of event each full moon, which can create Mundella effects, and you're like, after the full moon, I don't remember that being there, or I can't find this object. This song wasn't like this. I notice these things a lot in the full moon and right after in the matrix. I noticed the grid, slight alterations in the grid, and if there were a reset in each full moon, okay, and eclipses too, there's no question eclipses, and I think, was it Santos Bonacci mentioned that as well, that in the eclipse there's resets. And so my theory is that it's also happening in the full moon, because there are subtle changes where you can't find something's a little different, something's off after each. It could be a soft reset. It could be like the Adjustment Bureau. It could be a hard reset. Shoot, what do we know? We don't know that we're not going to sleep, temporarily, and they wake us back up. And the weird thing is, you will feel little bits, I wonder, of amnesia, which I think dementia, which is men, right? Same as like mon, because they replace, vowels are interchangeable. And when you learn language and decode language, one of the first things that you'll learn is, and in my research that I've learned, is vowels are interchangeable. So men, mon, moon, mun, these man can all be interchanged. So when I say ment, it's like the moon. Men, like firmament, is related to the moon. The mind is related to the moon. Mind day, moon day, Monday. They're all connected, and I got, that's kind of a sidetrack there. But as I was saying, I do believe that there's a reset, and I believe it may even be more powerful during when we are approaching, like we are now, as the sun has fallen and we're approaching the winter equinox, December 21st, and then we know it goes into its fall the next few days, and that's goes along with the whole symbolic allegory of the Jesus. So anyway, this is a heavy moon in my opinion, and I'm just curious if you guys out there are feeling it, and if you have noticed the connection in this language as well, with the hormones, mood swings, moon swings. Um, you know, harmony they used in that show Severance, which was a great show if you haven't seen that one, as far as truth reveals, right? It was in Severance, and Harmony was a main character who ran the whole, set up the whole corporation. And so we know that Hollywood knows what the moon really is. And for me, there's resets and it's a charging station, and we feel it through our hormones and our electrical system. And don't forget that electric, the first two letters of electric are L, as in Israel, as in El, as in God, Elohim, God. So I will stop there, and I will look for your comments, and happy full moon. Thanks for listening.